can't take it anymore. The Miami Hurricanes are going to spank that Florida State ass this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. Prime time. And College Game Day's in town again.
Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show.
What's going on, Canes fans? And I want to say hello to the FSU fans as well, because I know that there will be several of you here. And actually, speaking of FSU fans, there is a giveaway in this video just for you. That's right, all FSU fans who post their score prediction down in the comment section below will be entered to win this big fat L signed by yours truly, Coach Coop. I will be choosing a random FSU fan from the comment section, and I will mail you your big prize after the game. And me personally, if I had to make a recommendation, I think that this would look great in a frame hung up on your wall. So without further ado, let's get into the preview video. Guys, it's finally here. Miami versus FSU. Rivalry week. Hate week. It goes by many names, but really it needs no introduction. You already know that this is one of the most heated rivalries in all of college football. It doesn't matter if both teams are ranked or both teams have lost every game leading up to this matchup. You know that it's going to be an absolute dogfight. Now, however, I'm just going to be blunt to kick off this video. Not many people, including Florida State fans, believe in FSU this year. After that opening loss to Georgia Tech, even the Seminole fans have been posting all over social media on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Trust me, I've seen it. Talking about how bad they are going to get beat by the Canes this season. And understandably so after that pitiful performance in game number 1. Quarterback James Blackman looks, well, like the same old James Blackman. Their leading rusher racked up a total of 39 yards. And Scary Terry.
What you doing, Terry?
Was just okay. Now, there are two key things that still make this game very interesting and intriguing for many. First off is that we're all poking fun at FSU, myself included, but we're basing all of this off of their performance in one game. Again, did they look good? No, but can we say that they are the worst team in the ACC after just one game? No. I don't personally think that they'll come out looking like a national championship contender, but they could look better. And also, this is an in-state rivalry game. I truly think that you can take the records every year and just throw them out the window. Now, on the other side, you have the Miami Hurricanes, who are the talk of the town right now, coming into this matchup at 2-0. Back-to-back College Game Days, ranked number 12 in the country. At this point, the offense has proven that it can pose a threat on the ground and through the air. And yes, De'Aaron King is the real deal. But let's jump over and talk some brief history between these two teams. Miami and FSU have faced off 64 times in total, with Miami leading that series 34-30. Miami is currently on a 3-game win streak versus FSU, looking to make it number 4 this year after previously FSU won 7 in a row. Now let's also take a look at average stats so far this season for both of these teams. Keep in mind that for FSU, this is basically going to be their stats versus Georgia Tech because they just have one game under their belt. And for Miami, this is going to be over the course of 2 games. But I still like looking at the stats side by side. So I'm going to give you a graphic image that I'm going to put up on the screen here. And I do round these numbers up or down respectively. So I don't do 0.2 or 0.7. I just make it a whole number. So for FSU, average points per game so far this season, 13. Miami coming in with a whopping 39. Points allowed against them per game, FSU 16, Miami 24. Average yards gained so far this season, FSU 307, Miami 490. And yards allowed against them per game, FSU 438, Miami 401. At this point in the video, it's time to transition over to 3 keys to a victory for both of these teams, and we're going to kick it off with Florida State. Number 1, FSU needs to focus on getting the ball out quickly to their playmakers, and emphasis on quickly. There were many times in the Georgia Tech game that Blackman held on to the ball just a little bit too long because he was looking for the big play. Seminoles could potentially create a few mismatches on the outside in this game, but you've got to get the ball out and quickly and into the hands of your playmakers. Number 2, FSU players will have to remain focused and locked in without their head coach Mike Norvell. He tested positive for COVID-19 and will miss this game. This might not sound like a big deal to you guys, but it could really just kind of throw off the feng shui of everything. You know what I mean? I understand that players have position coaches and there's going to be a guy that steps in to take his place, at least temporarily, for this game, but everyone, including the players, kind of looks to the head coach. He's like the head honcho, the main guy, the one, right? So it could be just kind of weird without him on the sidelines. And lastly, FSU fans, you can call me crazy down in the comments section if you want, and I understand that this one is way out there. But I feel like that if FSU wants to have a good chance to win this game, that they should actually start quarterback Jordan Travis over James Blackman. Travis obviously poses more of a run threat with his legs, and Blackman is hit or miss. Some will say don't throw him to the wolves like that on a stage like this against Miami, in-state rivalry, college game day, prime time, taking a chance like that, Coop? But I think that FSU has to do something vastly different if they want to have a chance to beat this Miami team. So now let's discuss 3 keys to a Miami Hurricanes victory in this game. Number 1, Miami players need to show that they are more mature than they have been in previous seasons. And what I mean by that is none of these players should be listening to all of these networks talking up the team, right? Paying attention to the rankings. Again, Miami comes into this matchup ranked number 12. And Miami fans know typically what happens when Miami gets ranked decently. Usually it's kind of downhill from that. So again, Miami players need to not pay attention to any of that talk or the talk about how bad the FSU is this season. We tend to get a big head and it seems to always bite us in the booty. Number 2, Miami must play all 4 quarters. And I get it, that sounds like common sense, right? But it's easy to let up once you have a lead, and you can't do that in a rivalry game. I honestly don't think that we played all 4 quarters against Louisville. It was very apparent that we let up defensively and really kind of offensively in the 4th quarter of that game. That won't fly this week. And lastly, the Canes wide receivers have to play better this game. And more specifically, they got to catch balls that hit them in the hands or in the numbers, because they've been a little bit of a weak link for us over these past few games. And we also need to continue to target our tight ends because they definitely pose a threat. Hope and Harley specifically need to step up their game, and this is the perfect game to do so. I'm hoping that this week they spent some extra time with De'Aaron King, or maybe at the very least made some extra time for the jug machines after practice. Those hands gotta be better. And it is now time for everyone's favorite part of the video, my score prediction for the game. We were actually very close in the Louisville game. If I'm not mistaken, I was about 6 points off for Miami and only about 4 points off for Louisville. So one of our closer score predictions over the years of being here on YouTube. But before we dive into it, I always like to mention the completely pointless ESPN matchup predictor. They have Miami's win percentage chance coming into this game at 56.3% and FSU at 43.7%. So FSU is a little bit of an underdog coming into this game, and once again, understandably so after that showing against Georgia Tech. And keep in mind that this is at Hard Rock Stadium. Even with the limited fans, we got a little bit of home field advantage here. So my score prediction for this game, I've been seeing them all over the place when I look on social media and on the internet. Miami fans and FSU fans just everywhere. Me personally, I've got Miami putting up some big points in this game. 41. And the Florida State Seminoles scoring 10 points. That's right, the Miami Hurricanes get the dub and extend the win streak to 4. And we take care of business pretty easily in this game. Now, once again, as we always say on this channel, you never underestimate any opponent. You always prepare just as hard, no matter who it is. Even if it's UTEP, I don't care. This could be maybe a little rough at the beginning because, again, it's heated. It's an in-state rivalry. A lot of these guys played together in high school, and these matches are just always a little tough. And when you look at previous years, even though Miami is on that 3-game win streak, we've either had to come back or it's still been a pretty close game. I think that game number 4 to extend the streak here is the one that we finally actually assert our dominance and just completely take care of business and shut down FSU in this matchup. So do not forget, Miami fans, leave your score predictions down below. And FSU fans, once again, leave your score predictions because one of you is going to be the lucky winner of this big fat L autographed by Coach Coop that I will send to your address after the game on Saturday night. So make sure you leave your score predictions down below. Hey guys, this is so great, man. Just think about it. I love the trash talk. Let's enjoy it. Miami and FSU fans, I know sometimes we're at each other's throats, especially on game week and game day. But at the end of the day, trash talk is part of college football, and that's what makes it fun. So let's keep the trash talk in the comment section about football. I'm not looking for any personal attacks at each other. Talking about football is what makes it fun. And don't forget, guys, that we'll be going live on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, taking phone calls about this game. And I would love to see some FSU fans calling in as well to give their side of things so we can talk to you guys also. And we will be live during the game, Miami versus FSU, and I will have links for the game if you need it so you can stream it for free. They call me the link man for a reason. But remember though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out.